Motorists in Gauteng are still not paying their tolls despite Finance Minister Tito Mboweni's call for society to comply. Meanwhile, the governing party seems to be at war with itself on the e-toll system. But time is running out and roads agency Sanrail says it desperately needs the cash. Nicolaus Bauer is tracking this exclusive story for us.
E-tolls are back on the agenda. The controversial system may be under severe pressure, with some even arguing that it's on the brink of collapse. But the debt incurred to improve Gauteng's highways is going nowhere. So the pressing question remains, who is going to pay? Gauteng's highways and byways received a massive upgrade in the run-up to the 2010 FIFA World Cup. It was not cheap. The South African National Roads Agency spent 22 billion rand. Upon the understanding, motorists in South Africa's economic heartland would pay through an electronic tolling system.
I think by and large the public have realized that, well, e-toll's actually not going to go away.
The controversial e-toll system was launched in 2013, implemented by Austrian company Kapsch, who won an 8 billion rand tender to do so. A team of 1,200 run the project from e-toll headquarters in Centurion.
Kapsch has not made a single cent of profit. Did money leave the country? Yes, because we had to buy the readers, we had to buy the tags, so that money did leave the country. But that Kapsch made millions of rands of profits out of this project is absolutely a blatant lie.
Only 30% of motorists using Gauteng's highways actually use the e-toll system, meaning the money used to construct the roads is not being recouped.
The bill that Sanrail will have is probably in the order of about 45 to 46 billion in March, because that's Sanrail's financial year. The longer we procrastinate and not finding a solution, the bigger the interest bill will come. We already have incurred this bill. Regardless of what happens, if we shut down e-toll, whether we continue with e-toll, this 45 billion rand is payable. And it can only come from one place, and that is the South African taxpayer.
But opponents to the system aren't buying it.
It's not a fire hose of revenue coming through, it's a nice garden hose of good sweet water they're all drinking from.
Birthed as the opposition to Urban Tolling Alliance, now the Organisation for Undoing Tax Abuse has promised to continue fighting tooth and nail against e-tolls.
Everything points to the fact that our argument is right, and we are happy to pay for our roads, but we will not pay to make an entity extremely rich, and it's an extremely costly system that is administratively cumbersome, unworkable.
Outer argues government is not being honest about any potential risk to the economy if bonds raised to construct the roads aren't repaid.
We don't run the risk of a downgrade. PIC took up these bonds, by the way, at a very handsome interest rate. And then that's another story. Nonetheless, the PIC is not going to put this country into jeopardy. The repayment of those bonds can be renegotiated. The state knows that. We all know that.
The public remain divided on the issue.
I don't want to pay it, so it's too much. Yeah, we can't afford it. Petrol is high, and then so we can't afford it.
Not me, no.
Why?
Because of all the media and all the, how can I say, the inconsistency in the rollout, the lack of clarity, the administration behind it, etc., etc.
You pay for your e-tolls?
Yes, I do.
Why are you paying for your e-tolls?
Because the roads have been built and they need to be paid for. Someone has to pay for them. We're using them, we should pay for it.
Where do our taxes go? I mean, if I'm paying for something I'm going to get in return, then maybe there's some sort of a return of investment that I'll probably pay. But I don't see any money going to infrastructure and roads and stuff.
I pay e-tolls proudly.
Why are you paying for e-tolls?
Because it was disclosed from the start.
What do you think about South Africans not paying for e-tolls?
Well, it's each to their own, but I think it's wrong.
As the 2019 general election approaches, e-tolls is likely to be a hot issue. Nicolaus Bauer, Johannesburg.